guys, it's Charlie, and today we're reading another chapter of Nancy Drew and the Clue Crew. Number 2, Scream for Ice Cream. Ice Cream Meltdown by Carolyn Keene, illustrated by Mackie Pamachina. We're reading chapter 7, and it's called Candy Handed. So let's start reading. Nancy glanced sideways at George. She was staring at the green ice cream, too. Daisy, Nancy said, that flavor is too easy. What are you talking about? Daisy said. This likes hard test questions, George piped in. Since when? Bess said. She smiled under her blindfold and shouted, Bring it on! Nancy held her breath in as Bess took the ball. Still blindfolded, Bess felt around for the spoon. Carefully she took a spoonful, then stuck it straight into her mouth. Bess's chin moved up and down. Suddenly her eyebrows flew above the blindfold. She puffed her cheeks out and spit the ice cream back into the bowl. Blech! Marshmallow Martian! Gross! Phooey! Bess whipped off her blindfold. She jumped up, leaving the bowl of ice cream on her chair. Nancy and George jumped up too. Maybe there was a hair in it, Nancy said. The club members stared open-mouthed at Bess. Daisy folded her arms across her chest and said, We only take members who love all of Jim and Barry's ice cream flavors. Yeah, Peter sneered. Maybe Mr. Drippy has a fan club you can join. Nancy stared back at the club members. They didn't look so friendly anymore. We have to go, Nancy said quietly. We have tons of homework, George said. In July, Daisy asked. It's never too early to start, Nancy said with a smile. In a flash, the girls raced out of the basement room. They said a polite goodbye to Mrs. Dorfler. They raced out of the house to their bikes. It's my fault, Bess wailed. I blew it. Nancy took one last bite of the ice cream bar. You were just being honest, Bess, she said. Besides, we didn't want to join that club anyway. Now we'll never find out the secret recipe for the contest, Bess wailed. Who says we won't? George asked. Nancy and Bess turned to George. She was holding a piece of paper in her hand and grinning from ear to ear. Look what I grabbed on the way out, George said. It's the paper that was underneath the recipe they wrote. It's blank. It's blank, Bess said. Not exactly, George said. She pointed to the paper. Check out the scratches on it. Those are the marks the pen made when Daisy wrote the recipe on the top page. I get it. If we can read the scratches, we can read the recipe. How? Bess asked. Nancy stuck the popsicle stick in her pocket. She pulled out a pencil out of her waist pack and said, Watch, this is a trick I learned in a mystery book. Nancy used the side of the pencil point to lightly draw over the scratches. The words appeared like magic. What does it say? Bess said. The girl studied the paper. It says, Oatmeal cookie and raisin crunch ice cream, Nancy said. Not chock full of chocolate. How do we know it's for real? George asked. Maybe they just wrote a fake recipe to trick us. Nancy carried the popsicle stick to the trash can in front of the Dorfer's house. On the sidewalk next to the can was a blue recycling bag. In the same bag Miss Dorfer was stuffing things in before. Nancy kneeled down and peeked through the clear plastic bag. Look, she said, pointing with the popsicle stick. This bag is filled with empty raisin containers and oatmeal cookie boxes. George looked at the list of ingredients on the scratchy paper. That's what they used to make the ice cream, she said. I guess the club didn't make chock full of chocolate. Nancy glanced at the Jim and Barry popsicle sticks in her hand. The words lickety sticks were not stamped on it. They didn't write the creepy message either, she said. The girls took the Jim and Barry fan club off the suspect list. They decided to sit down and come up with more suspects. Can we talk over fruit smoothies? George asked. But we just had ice cream, Nancy said. I only had one spoonful, George said. And I spit mine out, Bess said. So that doesn't count. The girls pedaled their bikes 2 blocks to River Street. As they parked them, they noticed a sign in the window of the Mean Bean health food store. It read, Smoothies, 100% real fruit. Nancy, Bess, and George walked inside. The store always smelled like the inside of a vitamin bottle. This is the place that Kevin's parents own, George whispered. If he's here, maybe we can ask him questions. Sure, Nancy said. But deep inside, she still didn't think Kevin stole Kendra's recipe. Mr. Garcia stood behind the juice counter. He made 3 smoothies, strawberry for Bess, banana for George, and banana strawberry for Nancy. Is Kevin here? Bess asked. Mrs. Garcia walked over from the vitamin shelf. Kevin is spending his birthday money, she said. Hopefully on the Yoga for Kids DVD, Mr. Garcia said with a grin. I heard it really rocks. Can we add some wheatgrass to your smoothies? Mrs. Garcia said. Very healthy. And tasty, Mr. Garcia added. Grass, George gulped. No thank you, Nancy said. The 3 friends carried their smoothies out of the store. They were about to stick their straws through the plastic lids when Kendra huffed over. Smoothies, Kendra cried. You're supposed to be finding who stole my recipe. The contest is tomorrow. We're having a high energy stack, George said. We'll have lots of strength to solve the case. But Nancy knew Kendra was right. Time is running out. We'll do our best, Kendra, Nancy promised. Kendra heaved a big sigh. Then she ran to catch up with her mother. We have to solve this case, Clue Crew, Nancy said. Let's sit down somewhere and really get to work. The girls saw a bench in front of the chocolate factory, in front of the chocolate soldier shop. As they walked toward it, the door of the shop swung open. A boy rushed out with a box tucked under an arm. On the box was a picture of a chocolate soldier. It's Kevin, Nancy whispered. The girls stepped behind the bench. Between the wooden slats, they watched Kevin run into a shiny blue bike parked at the curb. He dropped the box into the bike basket. He pulled on a helmet, climbed on, and pedaled away. That didn't look like a yoga DVD to me, George said. He spent his birthday money on chocolate. No one can eat that much chocolate, Bess asked. Not even Kevin Garcia, unless he's not eating it, Nancy said slowly. What do you mean? George asked. Maybe Kevin did enter the ice cream contest, Nancy said slowly. And maybe he is making Kendra's ice cream. Okay, guys, that's it. Chapter 8 is called Ice Cream. Ice cream. So if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell. Keep reading, keep dreaming. See you guys next video. Bye!